Do you think they should know we wrote it?
Yeah, that's good.
It's very funny when people don't realize that we wrote it.
It's like, what director and writer made you do this terrible thing?
Really,
We're like, well,
it's
unfortunately.
brave. That's a lot to ask.
We made the show based off of an experience I had when I was in middle school, living in Hanover, Pennsylvania, where we were asked as students to basically reenact the Civil War in order to learn about it. So it was an educational role-playing game. And then we also played this game called the Underground Railroad game.
He told me about it, and I was like, that is one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
I hope when they see the show, they don't just see it as an American peculiarity, that instead it allows people to look back at the different ways in which they or their country or the people in power have shaped the narratives of history.
The story took place in a school, but one thing that really allowed us to hone in on a particular characterization of a teacher and a point of view is that we went to a talk about the Underground Railroad on some federal property, and the talk was being given by a federally employed historian. He couldn't find nomenclature for enslaved people. He stumbled every time. He was like, people of and he was like sweating and he was extremely uncomfortable. You have to think to yourself, if you're giving a talk on federal property about enslavement and you don't know how to speak about black people, like, is that the job for you? And so we found this tragic, peculiar, and funny.
And kind of this amazing metaphor for the whole thing. It's like, we can't talk about our history.
It's a piece that points that out and says, do you see how the way we talk about ourselves dictates the way that we interact with each other? Provocative?
Do we have to share 3 words?
No. I just wanted to say that first. Because that's like the easiest one. Maybe mercurial?
Whiplash. What? Funny, whiplash, nudity. Underground Railroad game.